Kingdom family, what's up? It's Justin. I know you can't see me right now. We are coming live from Esalen. We're getting ready to get started, and we have a room full of incredible people. Say what's up! This is so amazing! It's our first live Kingdom, and so we're going to be getting started in just a second, but I just want you to know, Carrie, I see you. Brenda, I see you. Samzi, I see you. We have 1,576 people tuning in. Dion, I see you. Kalani, Brenda, Aveline, welcome. Samzi, Raylene, everybody. Samzi says hi. Steph is also here. So we're going to get started in just a second. And we have Alex here in person too, and maybe I'll be able to introduce you to some of these people live in just a moment. So on the count of 3, we're going live from Esalen. And I would like all of our Esalen family here, as soon as we go live, to make some noise, okay? 1, 2, 3, let's go! Kingdom family, what's up? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is like a dream come true for me, actually. I'm just like stepping into it. So here we are. Everybody, hi, we see you. So we've been doing the Kingdom now for 54 weeks. It started, I was actually at Esalen last July when we started the Kingdom. The idea came to me at the baths and then in my room. And we started the Kingdom as this place for all of us to be able to come together. And we said, imagine if it's Church Super Soul Sunday and a TED Talk having a baby. We're a place where people of all religions and of no religions, people who've been religious but are spiritually curious, people who have different beliefs that have evolved beyond what maybe they are used to in an organized space, are able to come together to learn, to have talks from some incredible leaders, some who are spiritual leaders, some who are not at all, and learn these concepts that can help us change our lives. And most importantly, how we take these concepts from inspiration into action. So every single episode of the Kingdom, every single session, it has the inspiration, and yeah, it'll make you feel good, but it's most importantly, how do we take this into action? And so we have a few big belief statements here. Oh my God, they're all freaking out. I see, I'm just watching you guys. I'm going over here for the comments. Leah, Samzi. Oh, Samzi, you're on your phone watching too? This is amazing. All right, Samzi, you could call out if anything in the chat box comes up that I need to see, okay? Allison, Cindy, everybody's here. And so you maybe we'll be able to see some of these slides, maybe not. But what we do at the Kingdom, and we kind of anchor into these belief statements on every single one of our sessions. And the belief statements are, all beliefs are welcome here. All biologies are welcome here. And I always usually say, I have a vision that one day we'll be able to come together in person, and now we're here. With all of us just being the truth of who we are, not needing to dress up or show up or put on in any way. And here we are in Esalen in our sweats, having our session today. And we believe in the power of music to open our hearts and our minds. We believe wisdom can come from many places, and we believe in an expanded definition of self. And here at the Kingdom, we don't just honor or tolerate each other's differences, but we know that we're actually stronger because of those differences. And what we always say is that we rise together. And so every session begins with some form of art, poem, music, song, and then we go into prayer. And when I say prayer, it's all guide us through a version of a very open-ended prayer, and then I give about 60 seconds of silence for you to welcome in your own personal intention, your own personal prayer, to welcome yourself into the session. And then we jump into the teaching, a practice, a golden nugget, and an action to take away. And this is kind of the structure of every single session of the Kingdom for the last 54 weeks. And so, all of that being said, can y'all hear me okay, Kingdom family? Yeah? Okay, cool. My mom's on. Hi, Mom. We've been talking about you all week. She knows. I talk about her so much. So let's begin with our prayer. So hands over the heart. Here at the Kingdom, we do our hands over our heart like this. And just anchor into your breath. God, Spirit, universe, all that is, all that ever has been, and all that ever will be, by whatever names it goes by. We thank you. We thank you for bringing this community together. We thank you for giving us this first opportunity to have the Kingdom in person, hybrid, virtually tuning in from this beautiful land in Big Sur at Esalen, originally of the Esalen tribe. We thank all the people who are going to be here next week to get to join in on this in person. And we thank you most importantly for all the times we fall off track, that we may find our way back to center each time, that we may expand our sense of who we are, that we may know that there are no mistakes as long as we're taking action. We can learn from the lessons and find our way back home. May we all be happy and well and free and liberated, and may each person here today get the exact message that they needed. May everyone at home be able to focus their energy directly towards this session so that nobody misses the message that's here for them today. This is your moment now to welcome in your personal prayer. And whether it is you've welcomed in a religious prayer or just a silent prayer of your own, take a second now to set an intention for this session and for this day. What is your intention for this day? What is the energy you want to bring to this day? May we all be happy, may we be free, may we be well, and may we rise together. So it is. Ashe, Aho, Salam, Shalom, Amen, Satnam, Awen, Om. Thank you. Here we are. This is so weird for me, y'all. I'm normally doing this on a Zoom screen, so this is really cool, and I'm super grateful. Have we arrived fully grounded here? Samzi, can you come up here? With the chat. Look at her, oh God. Y'all, Samzi's coming up. Okay, everybody can hear. All right, so this is Samzi community. Hey, Samzi. Arr! So, Samzi, what has been one of the comments or the things that you've learned throughout this journey this week that you want to share with our Kingdom community? I know, on the spot.
Yes, but it's a blessing to be here. This is a sacred space. This is a sacred space, you guys, and come with an open heart and an open mind to receive exactly what you have been desiring to let go of, do away with, and to shed, and also to usher in the new birth of you, yourself, the greatest part of yourself, your greatest alignment. Imagine the greatest place that you would ever want to be in your life within you, and be open to it. Open your heart to it. Be focused on that, nothing else. No one around you, no one near you, but just you. You here in this sacred space that Justin and Alex and the whole community here has been holding the whole weekend.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
It's been amazing.
I see tears coming in your eyes. What are those tears from? What do they mean to you?
It's a dawning of a new day. It sincerely is. I had told the group here that when I came here, I wanted to come here in a different state of mind. I wanted to come here with my heart centered and grounded to receive what is here for me to receive from the Heavenly Father, from the Creator. And before coming, I decided to just stop drinking, wine and doing some of the favorite things I like to do. Instagram. You can't get that up here, you guys, so let it go before you get here.
There's secret spots you can get Instagram here.
But
I'll show you the secret spots.
But yes, I came, and I'm sober with just no wine. This is my 7th day, and I'm looking forward to many more days.
How do you feel?
I feel clear.
Yes!
I feel grounded.
Clear.
I feel
Grounded.
happy. I feel nurtured by this group of people here in the community and through you, Justin. I truly feel, you guys, the kingdom that Justin sent from above
Oh,
to
stop.
minister
Here,
to
give me the
us.
microphone. Come on.
And that
We don't
we-
got to go there.
That
This
he's
is
an
you.
angel
Okay.
being led and guided to give us of his spirit.
Okay, thank you, Samsy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here, take your phone. Thank you. And you guys will get to meet Kingdom family here online. You'll get to meet some other people, and thank you, Samsy. I was sent from below, girl. I'm just kidding. I'm teasing. I don't know where I was sent from, but somewhere weird. So I know some of you are asking, somebody said something funny. They said, the lighting I know is not the best in here, friends. And they were like, I know we do shadow work, but can we see you a little bit better? It just is what it is. We'll get it better next week, the lighting, everybody. And so today's session, I'm really excited because it's in alignment. It's something I've never taught on the kingdom. It's something that is super important for the journey that we've been on here in Esalen. And you guys can't see on the screen, but we have a room full of people. And what we're talking about today, every single one of our sessions of the kingdom, first of all, you heard Samsy say God, the Heavenly Father. This is because literally, I don't care if you call it God, the universe, crystal, spirit, unicorns, whatever you call it. It's all welcome here in this community. And every single one of our sessions is the power of something. So we've had 53 the powers of. And today's is the power of action, which I can't believe we've never done. The power of action. And what does it actually mean to take action in our lives? To take real meaningful action in our lives in a way that's moving us forward in the direction of our dreams, in the direction of who it is that we want to become. And so this is the power of what we have to do today to take action. In Kingdom Family Online, keep doing what you always do. Put your hands up. When you have things happening, your emoji hands up. We'll have people in here doing it. So I'll show you guys in person what we'll do. Anytime you hear me say something or somebody else in the room says something that makes you want to say like, amen, or yeah, I got you. Well, first of all, you can yell it out. But second, we just do this simple little thing where you put your hands together and you rub them together like this. So try this. This is our kind of like, I'm with you. This is our snaps. So anytime I say something that you want to remember, that you want to feel, you can do this, and the people around you can echo it so we can welcome it into the room, and online, you know to put your hands up. So I always like to look at the etymology of these words. Action. The word action, really fascinating, comes from this Latin word, actionem. I don't know how to say it in Latin, but something like that. Actionem. A putting in motion. A putting in motion, which is where the origin of this word action really comes from. And it's always amazing to really root back into where these words come from in the first place, because language, truly, our language is, I believe, how we coordinate our reality together. It's the first step. Yes, action is also how we create the reality, but how we coordinate the reality that we're creating is through language. I'll give you an example. When you speak something out, that's the first possibility for it existing in the world. It's not your thoughts. Thank God our thoughts don't create our reality, because I think a whole lot of stuff that I don't want to happen, right? If everything I thought came true, we would be in a terrible world, right? So what I speak, though, is the first place that something starts to manifest into the world. So you can think about this, for example. When you tell somebody, hey, let's have lunch sometime, versus, hey, do you want to have lunch on Tuesday? Two very different ways that we're speaking that create two different realities. The first one is you probably ain't never going to have lunch, right? Oh, yeah, we should connect sometime, girl. We should have lunch sometime. Versus, do you want to have lunch on Tuesday? Now sets a response and a coordination in place that says, what am I putting into motion? Both of those phrases, sometime and Tuesday, are putting something into motion. One of them is probably never, or maybe sometime, or maybe some future coordination, or really an avoidance. The other one is a decision that has to be made about Tuesday, right, in that moment. And so how we show up in what we speak then creates the actions that we're doing in our lives. And this is why the words that we use and why I go to the etymology and all of this is so important. So when we ask ourselves about action, we first have to ask ourselves, what are we putting into motion? What do we want to put into motion? And is what we're speaking and what we're doing putting into motion what we're hoping it's putting into motion? Because if our intention is, and we talked about intentions this weekend, if our intention is, I want to write a book, I want to work on this project, I want to make this thing happen, I want to get into a relationship, and then what we're speaking, and then again what we're doing, and then what we're putting into motion is something that's putting a whole nother intention into motion, then we have tension. And in my definition of this, and people have said this in many ways, all tension, y'all know I like to break it down into simple terms. All tension is created because of really one thing. It's when your intentions and your actions are out of alignment. What you want and what you're doing are not aligned. What you want and what you're able to do is not aligned. This is where tension comes from. I want this job to be like this, but this is what my job is actually like. Tension. I don't like my job. I want this in my relationship, but this is what we're actually doing in my relationship. Tension. Right? Apply it anywhere around, right? This is what we want for the world, but this is what we're doing in the world. Tension. And so when we look at the actions that we're putting forward in our lives, the tension, the anxiety that we sometimes feel when we go to bed at night and our minds are spinning and we don't know why we're anxious and we're waking up in the middle of the night, sometimes it doesn't even have to do with the specific action you're taking or even the circumstances in your life. How many of you feel anxiety? Sometimes you feel like for no reason. I'm just anxious for no reason. Why am I anxious? Well, it's often because of this underlining tension that is telling you that something is out of alignment. There's something out of alignment. And it may have nothing to do with what you're actively busying yourself with throughout the day. And so because we don't know why we're anxious, we start to really place our anxiety on the things that we're currently doing in our lives and then hyper-focusing on all these little things when those aren't actually the things that are causing the anxiety in the first place. There's something deeper. And we start to hyper-focus on all these little tiny things and create all these problems in our lives because we're trying to figure out why we're anxious. And so that's a part of it. That's a part of the dance. It's the practice. But when we go underneath it, we really, truly have to ask ourselves, what do I really want to put into motion? What do I really want to put into motion? And are the actions that I'm taking in my life putting that ball in motion, or are they putting something else in motion? Am I pretending that the action that I'm taking is putting this in motion, but it's really putting something else in motion? So I gave the example yesterday of the woman who was inside of our community who said she was going to write a book, right? And called me about how excited she was about her process of writing her book. And what happened is the woman calls me and she says, oh my God, I'm so excited. I've been working on this book for an entire month. And I said, oh my God, great. What have you been doing? Well, I've been praying about it. I've been meditating. I put my ritual altar up. I've been dancing around the book. I'm calling her in. And I said, okay, cool. How many pages have you written? None. 0. So, okay, I'm not saying that her dancing and her prayers and all of this are not in action that are useful. But they are not. We can fool ourselves. They're not the action that's going to actually put the book itself into motion. She can continue praying some, she can continue meditating some, but if she even did that for 5 years, the book ain't going to get written that way, right? So the action, what is the action that really has to be taken? Okay, we got some hands moving now, great. What is the action that really has to be taken for what you desire in your life to be put in motion? And so this is the moment now for all of us together, before we go into the next section, is to just close your eyes for a moment and put your palms over your heart. And we've been here many times this weekend in Kingdom Family. We've also been here many times. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And again, another deep breath in and a deep breath out. And here we are in this moment. I want you to imagine that future version of yourself. A future version of yourself who is living the life of your dreams. This weekend, we've been here many times, but I want you to really go for it today. And those of you who are watching virtually, imagine a future you. Everything is exactly how you've always wanted. Everything is exactly as you've always dreamed of. What do you notice? What do you see? Scan around yourself in the vision and notice what's happening in the vision. Notice, do you see anything in the vision? Do you hear anything in the vision? And most importantly, notice how it feels to be living the life of your dreams. Where did you land in the vision today? Are you indoor? Are you outdoor? What colors do you see? And now I'm going to ask you a question from this vision place. What do I need to put into motion in my life right now? Just see what comes up. It may be a surprise, you may already know it. What do I need to put into motion in my life right now? And take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And those of you who are here in person, write down what came up for you. Those of you who are on the Kingdom, on the virtual, type in what's in the chat box. And you can type in your answers in the chat box. And I'm going to guide you through a little teaching on how we can actually start to take these actions in a really practical way. So, Samzy, would you mind letting me see your chat box on your phone? Is that okay? And would anybody who's here in person like to just share what you want to put into motion? We can really call it out and have this whole community support you in a big way. Anybody?
Confidence.
Come on up here. We can have a few people. Come up if you want to share. This is an amazing moment to have 1,000 people support you in your mission forward. So share your name with our Kingdom family.
David.
Say hi, everybody. This is amazing. So what is it that you are bringing?
Confidence.
Confidence. You're putting forth confidence, putting that into motion.
Yep.
And how might that show up in a really practical way in your life?
I'm standing here right now.
Yes, that's it. Step one, standing here in front of 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
What else?
Uh,
Anything else you want to share? I feel like there's more.
yeah, there's doubt keeps rising.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the opposite. And this reasserting the fact that doubt is undermining my action.
Yeah. But we also know, as we talked about, that creativity, faith, fear come together. Right? And the doubt is fear. So let it be there.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
It's here.
Yeah. And you don't have, and you're doing it. And this is amazing. You don't have to push away the doubt to do the thing.
Right.
You do it with the doubt.
Yeah.
All right, give it up, everybody.
Okay.
I'm calling on at least one more person. Thank you so much. You coming? Come on. We have one more, and I see you. Kingdom family, type your items in here too, and I could read what you're bringing forward. So what's your name?
Hi, I'm Christina.
Here, you can hold it, Christina, if you want.
Thank you.
Everybody, hi to Christina. What's up? This is amazing. Okay. So what is it that you are putting in motion?
Actually, confidence too.
Oh, great. Okay, so we got a lot of confidence. And so are you going to say the same thing as him around how you're going to bring confidence into your life?
It was definitely a challenge for me to get up here and speak in front of all these beautiful people. And throughout this weekend, I've been working on it. And I feel like I'm definitely getting a breakthrough.
Amazing.
Especially standing right here, right now.
Yes.
Right this moment.
Amazing. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyone else? Come on. And Miss Worthy Being, I'm about to call you up here too.
Hey, my thing is
Well, your name for everybody.
Yuna.
Yuna, say hi to Yuna, everybody. Kingdom, everybody's saying hi.
The thing I wrote down that I'm putting into motion is clearing out what no longer serves me.
Clearing out what no longer serves you.
Yes.
You're
be
putting that
it
into motion.
Physical things in my home, in my surroundings, but also thought processes and emotions and relationships, like just in all sorts of things. So my thing to go forward from here is a major clear out. I've been doing it for the last 2 weeks, but I'm I'm gonna make it wider than just my home now.
Even more clearing. Thank you, Yuna. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't let you get out without. You're in the front row. Share your name with our Kingdom community.
Leah. My name is
Leah
Leah.
for everybody. They all say hello. Yes, okay.
I think it just came, I want to start a practice that incorporates meditation, parent skills, and therapy. So that's my vision, and a program for that. And then I just learned this morning that my shadow side was encouraging me to be in a relationship that would be sort of a companion relationship. And that's what my parents had toward the end of their... And then I just did the visioning again for relationships, and it turns out there was somebody there with me. And so I am revisioning my vision without the shadow.
There it is,
So,
without the conditioning
without
choosing.
the conditioning.
That is massive.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Well, yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Honoring you massively. Thank you, Leah. All right, Kingdom family, I see you guys in here. I just want to read some of your guys' comments about what you're putting into motion. Writing your book, Kalani, what you're really wanting to put into motion right now. More confidence, world peace, Magdalena. This is beautiful. It's hard to read. Oh, finish your PhD. That would be good. Better boundaries as a caregiver. All of these things, Christine. This is beautiful, everybody. All right, Samzi, I can give this. You can come up here and grab this if you want, or you can keep it here. So I want to tell you about a concept that's really important. And there's also something else that's coming through me that for some reason really wants me to speak it about conditioning right now. And it was the other thing that I didn't get to say. And I'm so glad that you brought this up, Leah, around partnership. And today, Kingdom family, you guys have heard me talk about conditioning before. Talking about the shadow, and what's in the shadow that's actually the harmful part is our conditioning. Because we have gifts and we have blessings and we have jewels inside of our shadow. But the conditioning, when it's doing the choice making for us, is where the problem is. And it's only a problem if the choice making that it's doing is out of alignment with what we want, right? So this is where we started today, with the tension that comes up, what we want and the choice making. And then we feel this dissatisfaction. I'll tell you another common one. We talked about the relationships. This is a massive one. You know that there is conditioning choosing in some way in your life. There's a way that you can almost catch it in its tracks. Anytime that you create an either or in your brain around something, you're running from a scarcity mentality. As soon as you go to an either or, you're in a scarcity mentality. Now, I'll say this first. Obviously, these rules are not hard and fast on every single topic in the world. Sometimes there really is a realistic either or a which one comes first. But in general, some of the either ors we create in our life is a flag that you're being hit by conditioning. So a big either or that I get from so many people is, and this is massive for so many women that I work with, is I can either have a career or I can have a family. I can either have a successful job and everything that I want, or I can have an amazing relationship. And this is not just for women. It's everybody. I can either be super, super healthy and really in shape, or I can be able to enjoy food, which is not, and if you notice these things, like, they're true for some people based upon their conditioning. You create that to be the reality. But is it a truth that you can't have a successful career and a thriving home life? That's not true, that you can't have that. You can have that. But because we've created our X marks the spot is over here, and this X marks the spot is either or, then we're not solving for both and. So the questions that we're asking ourselves are different. Because if I believed I could have both and, I would be asking myself, how do I have a successful career and a thriving home life? And that would be the problem that I would be solving for in my life. Versus, here's the either or that I set up, so how do I solve for having one or the other? And then feeling dissatisfaction. Now, some people don't want both, right? But I cannot even count on all my hands and feet how many women have gone through the 40-day program and different things that have come up and said, I have told myself, and I've been embarrassed to say it, that I don't want kids. And every single time I close my eyes and do my vision, I see kids. And I've convinced myself that they're nieces and nephews and this because I don't want kids. But I actually do want kids. I was just taught through my conditioning that it can only be one or the other. And so, wow, this opening. And there's sometimes a grieving that happens because sometimes we're beyond the biological process. Or sometimes there's a grieving that happens because you've chosen, your conditioning has chosen a partner who for sure doesn't want kids. And you've decided that together. So you see where the conditioning choosing, it chooses the partner, it chooses the life, it chooses the career, it chooses the whole thing based upon the either or circumstance that gets created. And so this tension that is lying underneath is really important as I go back to this slide, because we come to the vision first every time so that we can make sure that what we're putting into motion is what is in alignment with what we actually want. And what you have to figure out is sometimes we go, this is what I want. And you put some things into motion and you get closer and you actually go, I don't want that. I actually realize I don't want that. That's allowed. This is how we find our way to center. And then you go, okay, actually what I want is just 10 degrees this way. Boom, now I'm going forward. Actually don't want that, right? CERN, thank you, and don't want that. And so this is how we find our way. And remember, it's not about your vision coming true as you see it. It's about who you become in pursuit of it. So let's talk about, I'm just going to check into our virtual family here today. I see you, Dion, Emily, yes, both, and Shari, amazing, Trey. Okay, sorry, I know y'all feel like I call you out sometimes, but you know how I roll. So this is the concept that I want everybody here and everybody online to leave with today and start today. We're going to start this today, not tomorrow, not when you get home, today. And it's going to continue. Really, my dream would be forever. Okay? This is not a practice for 5 days, for 40 days. If I could say that I'm having deja vu. I haven't taught you guys about this yet, right? Okay, I don't know what this, anyway. So if I could say how yesterday I talked about fear and faith, and I said this is like one of the big kind of underlining thing that I want people to take. If I could say what is the most effective teaching that I have, quickest and most effective teaching that I have, it's this one. If you never meditate a day in your life and you do this, you'll see change. You might see some change in the wrong direction if you're not clear, but you'll see change. The daily power action I learned 8 years ago from one of my mentors, and it hands down changed the trajectory of my life. It's how I've done everything. It's how I've written the book. It's how I've written the album. It's how I've started. Everything that I've done is done through this method. And it's my number one method for seeing action and change in your life. So, first and foremost, you always have your vision in mind. Always. If you're doing this without any context of a vision, then you're just running into walls and seeing what happens and like a squirrel running up every tree and seeing what goes on. And that's not what we want. We want to be really particular about what is the vision. And you have to be honest with yourself. What you do is every single day, on that day, not the day before, not the night before, on that day, you pick one thing that is going to move you forward to the direction of your dreams. One thing. This is going to sound so simple, but there are some specifics that make this really important. It's these little 10% differences that make the impact. So your commitment to yourself is, I will not sleep tonight until this one thing is done. One thing. Now, I'm saying one on purpose because some of y'all overachievers are going to try to pick 2 things and 3 things and 4 things. And there's actually some science behind why not to do that. Because when you do even 2 things or 3 things, as your day gets busy, you lump all of them together in your brain and you say, I don't have time to do all of those things. But if you tell me that you don't have time to do one thing, one, in the direction that your life is moving, in your whole day, when you get to choose the thing on that day, already knowing how busy you are, then you know that there's a lot of self-sabotage at play. Right? And it actually holds us accountable more because you'll go to bed and say, I couldn't do one thing. Right? And when it's one thing, this has happened to me before. Some days I'll forget. And my one thing, I'll remember when I get in bed and reflect on my day. It'll come into my mind And because it's only one thing, I can just get up and do it real quick. 2 things, 3 things, you don't do it. And so some questions that people typically have about this to make this really clear. Does it have to be a big thing, a small thing? Can it be the same thing? The answer is yes to all of those things. Because what you're doing is every day, based upon how much time realistically you have that day. If you have a super busy day, your one thing isn't going to be, I'm going to outline my book, right? Your one thing may be, I'm going to, in my car, during my lunch break, I'm going to brainstorm 10 book titles. Little thing, might take 3 minutes. My one thing might be, I'm going to send an email to this person. That was my one thing yesterday. I was here teaching a workshop to everybody. My one thing, I'm going to send an email. I sent it. Yes, I sent it. I sent it. So I'm going to send an email. And I did it last night before I went to bed, right? So this is how it works. But some days when you have more time, okay, I have a whole Saturday right now. And so I have a whole Saturday. My one thing today is I am going to outline the first chapter of my book. I am going to make my Tinder profile. I am going to, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be some big spiritual thing. All it has to be is something that is giving you a micro step in the direction of your dreams. Now, the biggest pitfall people make when they're taking action is they think, here I am now, here's where I'm going. I'm at A, I got to get to Z. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get to Z. The way that you get from A to Z is A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E. The reason this is so powerful, and where's my phone? I have a list in my phone, literally, daily power action, here it is, with check marks on every item, every day. One thing, every single day. And the one thing, you have to be really honest with yourself. It's not today I'm gonna meal prep so that I can write my book. Today I'm gonna clean my house. You're gonna not get rid of your work to-do list and your other to-do lists. And I'm not telling you get rid of to-do lists. You're going to have all the things you have to do for work, all the things you have to do for your kids, all the things you have to do for your boss, all the things you have to do in your life, all the chores and housework you have to take care of. This is something else. This is a different list. Because what happens is we go through the day and we get all that stuff done, and we've taken not one step forward towards our vision. We've gotten everything done, but not taken even one tiny step forward. And so have that list. And knowing what is available to you that day, pick one thing, just one. This is the key. And the reason why this is the key is there are very few goals that you can have in life that cannot be completed in 40 to 60 to 100 small steps. Very few. And that's 3 months. So you put a year, 350 plus little tiny things that you've done. There are very few things that cannot be accomplished in that many small steps. And so this is how the power of this works. And you snowball, and some of the psychology around what happens here is because you're taking the small steps, you start to see energy moving and momentum moving in that direction. And you start to see more as possible because you're taking steps. You're showing up for yourself, even in little ways to start, little tiny wins. And then you're inspired to take the next step. And then after 2 weeks, you're like, oh my God, look at what's happening. And so what happens in our community, in the 40-day program, what we do is everybody's taking a step every day. You're choosing what the step is, but our communities are doing this always, right? People who've been in the 40 days before, continuing to do this. Because what happens is you start to see, oh my God, look at what's happening. And we literally have people who, in their vision, I'm imagining my dream partner, I'm imagining this, I'm imagining this. By the end of the program, they're introducing us to their new boyfriend. Literally, because they've used intention and vision to take little actions. They're saying, oh my God, I want to write a book. I've wanted to write a book for my whole life. I've never wanted to write a book. But because you're holding yourself accountable to actions that are taking you in that direction, we have people who've gotten entire book deals in 2 months. Wanted to write the book for 6 years, right? 2 months, little tiny actions, boom, book deal. It's not magic. It's fucking action. What are you putting into motion? And so, what I want to invite you all to do right now is we're going to go very quickly back to the vision. You've already gotten the vision. We've anchored there once. We've already talked about what it is that you want to put into motion. You said confidence, this, that, the energy. I want a practical step that you are going to do today. Don't tell me you can't do it because you have to drive home, because you have to get on a flight, because you have to this. Given all of that, what is one step you can still take? One step. Anything. It could be to read an article. It can be to look something up. It can be to listen to a song. It could be, if you want to write an album, you're listening to things for inspiration. It could be, very simply, this is one for me all the time. This has been on my list multiple times. Go to bed early. Because I know in the morning is when my creative time happens. So if I don't go to bed, I miss it. So my one thing for the day is actually just to go to bed, right? So it doesn't have to be this super linear process, but you do want to keep yourself accountable and not pretend like you're too busy to do one thing that day. And I'll say this last thing. This is the reason you don't pick it the night before. Because the night before you finish doing whatever, oh, tomorrow this is what I'm going to do. But then you wake up and you realize, oh God, I got to do all this stuff. And I picked this thing that now is out of alignment. Everybody who picks it the night before, typically, doesn't work out well. Day of, morning of, pick your thing when you're making your coffee, all right? Questions about this before we do the practice? Go ahead, I see you trying to raise your hand.
I sort of have a question.
Here, you got to use the microphone. Come up real quick. Do you mind?
Yeah.
You can stay off camera if you want. Okay, cool. Y'all with me, Kingdom family? They are here, okay? Okay, come on up.
I guess my question is, in your vision in the book, and we talked a little bit about that you sort of have a vision for different areas of your life, right?
Yep.
So it might be career, relationships, health, different things. So are you supposed to focus on one of those with your daily power actions, or can every day be focusing on a different?
That's a really good question. That's a really, really good question. Can you share your name with our community family, where you're from?
Lorna from San Diego.
Hello, Lorna. Everybody say hi to Lorna. I wish you guys could see the chat box. Our community is so loving. They're like, Lorna, go! Like, this is what they do. So this is a really good question. Did anybody else have this question? So great. I'm so glad that you asked this. So the answer is yes to all of that.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I don't like to give you guys these like, this is the only rule that you can do. So this is the thing, okay? My recommendation is I tell people, pick a life zone that is going to have the biggest impact on your life. The area of your life that is having the most tension because what you want and what you're experiencing is out of alignment. I say pick that area first and start taking little actions in that direction. But if on Thursday you have a moment with your health and well-being that you want to focus there, but your real thing is for your art, I'm not going to say don't do anything for your health and well-being. Just make sure it's all aligned with the vision. The way that you see the momentum is kind of laser focusing a little bit and getting yourself to move in that direction, right? Once you start to see that you've had the momentum, for example, when I was getting ready to write Stay Woke, I had to use my power actions to give me the momentum to write the proposal, to come up with titles, to do this. Once I was writing the book wasn't on my power action list anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. Even though it was still in my vision, my power actions were completely different now at that point.
So they can change based on.
They can change based upon where you're at. And the thing is, you have to remember, this is the key, y'all, why I put up the in motion, depending on what's in motion.
Right.
So the book was in motion, right? So it's going to continue in motion. Once I have the momentum, I don't have to put these actions to try to stoke the fire every day. The momentum is happening. So now what else in my life needs to be put into motion? And then you can go in that area. Cool?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Lorna. Amazing. All right. So, Kingdom Family Online, do you guys have any questions before we go? Oh, you guys are typing some in. Before we go, my mom is laughing. Okay. All right, if you guys have questions, let me know, but we're going to do a little practice. No, okay, I think you guys are good. So, hands over the heart. This will be a quickie. Y'all good? Yeah? Okay. Take a deep breath in. I was going to say in a deep cough out. Kingdom family, we got people coughing in the room, so it's taboo. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm totally messing with you. All right, for real, a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Bring into mind that future version of yourself, living the life of your dreams. Here you are, fully empowered, Notice, what do you see in the vision? What's present with you? Is anybody there with you in the vision, or are you alone? And what area of your life are you focusing on most? What area of your life is going to have the biggest impact for you? And just scan around yourself in that vision now a little bit more. I know you've been here many times, but see if you can pick up any more colors or textures or things in the environment, surprises, as you look a little bit further and deeper at who it is that you want to become. And now here is your question. What is one step that I can take today that will move me in this direction? What is one step that I can take today that will move me in the direction of my dreams, that will move you in the direction of your dreams? And take a deep breath in and out, and when you're ready, write it down. One step. In Kingdom Family Online, you can type your one steps into the chat box. And this is how you change your life. What are you putting into motion? Look, I believe in prayer and practice and ritual and energy. That's not enough to change your life. It is part of the process. It is one step of the process. The other step is action. That is how we put things into motion. That is how we impact the world. That is how we create our reality together. How you change your family, change your life. And so this is the snowball. And so for those of you here in person, and Kingdom Family, you know about some of this stuff too. You've looked at your toxic habits. You've looked at the people. You look at the things that you're moving away from. And now you have an idea of what you're walking toward. And every day you're taking a step. Every day you're taking a step. And this, as you start to elevate your vibe, as you start to stoke the fire of your balloon, your hot air balloon, as you start to really step forward into your own becoming, this is how you start to actually see change in your life. And my biggest prayer for all of you is that you see the change in faster ways than you could ever imagine. Because I know, if I know anything to be true, I know that when you get on the path of your real vision, the universe, it's the most cliche thing, but it's the truest thing that I know. It literally shows up to rush to support you in ways to do things that you would think were impossible. My life is an absolute testament to that. Full on. Boy in a home with gunshot holes outside of my house, standing here. You can step into your dream. You can. So I'd love to hear some of you just yell out what your action's going to be for the day, and we'll hold you accountable. What do we got? Preparation. What is it? Preparation. What else? Alex. I mean, I feel like it's more of a backstory, but try to get a mentor today. Okay, mentor. Great. What else? Write a song. Write a song. Yes, Maddie. What else? Set boundaries. What else? Move the boxes. You got some boxes to move in the house? Yep, there we go. What else? Sign up for a class. There we go. Perfect. And then Kingdom Family, what you got coming in is make a list of all the factors you're considering around when to have a child. Clean your desk. Reach out to a friend of mine you want to get to know more. Get a notebook that's dedicated to the 40-day project. Practice using your voice. Reach out to someone for feedback. Email a mentor. Move my body. Exercise. Look at this. Simple steps we take every day. So this is our practice. This is the power of the kingdom. Obviously, Kingdom Family Online, I want to make sure you guys know the 40-day program you all know starts next week. Not this Monday, but the next Monday. Those of you who are here live, you can join with Alex. Alex will have his laptop. maybe right on the patio outside, and you can join with Alex for the special rate that I won't say online here for you guys at Esalen. And as we close every single one of our kingdom sessions with a golden nugget. So just place your hands over your heart, close your eyes, a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And out of everything that we covered today in this session, from the kingdom to those of you who are here in person to what we did before, if there was one thing that you could take away from this session and have it with you forever, what would that one thing be? One thing. There we go. Anyone else want to throw one thing out? Transform your shadow. Faith over fear. What else? Say that again. Passion and perseverance. What you got? Micro steps. And Maddie, you said it so beautifully. Say it again. Hands and feet, I remember, is how it ended, which was so beautiful. Yeah, Maddie said it's not enough to wish about it or pray about it. We have to do something about it with our hands and feet. And this is how we put something into motion, and this is how we change our lives. So this is the power of action. I want to thank you all for coming to the kingdom. We're going to end with something that I think many of you know. And once you see, as soon as you see what it is, I'm going to invite you to sing along. All right, Kingdom family, you guys know this, so you can sing at home. Little boy, don't cry. You've been in pain enough. Anybody want to come up here and dance with me? Little girl, don't hide. You're finally safe. Hey, enough. One day I'll look into your eyes, show you you don't need to hide behind disguise no more. Come on, Steph. Spread your wings, you're terrified. Don't be afraid, you're born to fly. I'm by your side. Everybody, I am enough. Hey, I am golden, baby. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am golden, baby. I am enough. You better sing, girl. I am enough. No. Ooh, oh, yeah. Hey, try that part with me. Ready? Ooh, oh, yeah. I am enough. I am enough, no. Little girl, it's alright. It's alright. You've taken the blame. Enough, no. Little boy, don't hide. You've been ashamed. Enough. One day I'll look into your eyes, show you you don't need to hide behind disguise no more. Spread your wings, you're terrified. Don't be afraid, you're born to fly. Oh, you guys know the words. All right, y'all can stand up. Come on. I am enough. Hey, I am golden, baby. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am golden, baby. I am enough. I am enough. Here it comes. Ooh, oh, yeah. I am enough. I am enough. I guess it's our dance move that I just made up. Ooh, oh, yeah. I am enough. All right. I am enough. Listen up. You are enough. You are golden, baby. You are enough. You know what's coming. Look at somebody next to you, and you're going to sing You Are Enough to them in their eyes. You are golden, baby. You are enough. You are enough. Come on, mean it. You are enough. Kingdom Online. Type somebody's name in the chat box. You are golden, baby, yeah. You are enough. Samsy, come on, you are enough. Hey, you are golden, baby, yeah. You are enough. Last time, we're gonna go till we are enough. We are enough. Hey, we are golden, baby, yeah. We are enough. This is our moment. We are enough. This is our time. We are enough. We are golden, baby, yeah. We are enough. From Esalen, we are enough. Everybody, we are enough. We are golden, baby, yeah. We are enough. We are enough. We are enough. We are golden, baby, yeah. We are enough. We are enough. Everybody say we are enough. Woo! So just catch the energy, close your eyes, hands over the heart for one closing prayer. God, Spirit, universe, all that is, all that ever has been, all that ever will be, we thank you. Thank you for all the lessons that we've learned. And please remind us more than anything to be kind to ourselves on this journey. Home to ourselves with a capital H, to the truth of who we are. So it is. Ashe, Aho, Salam, Amen, Shalom, Satnam, Awen, Om. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here this week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Kingdom family, for tuning in online, live from Esalen. We love you, and we'll see some of you in person here next week. Bye for now, everyone. Photo together.